Welcome back. About 30 million people suffer from an eating disorder each year, but these disorders are often not considered mental health issues. Our Anna Huntsman tells us more through the eyes of a Kent State student. Anna.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. The National Institute of Mental Health says 10% of those with anorexia die from their symptoms. But I sat down with one survivor who overcame her illness just 3 years ago. She shared with me her long, difficult, but life-changing journey.
I'm alive, I'm here.
Kent State zoology major Natalie Solovka is vibrant, a 19-year-old animal lover with an infectious laugh.
I thought I'd be healthy.
But 3 years ago, things were not so bright for Solovka.
Just no energy towards the end. I'd faint just walking upstairs or trying to stand up. I couldn't do anything at all.
A once happy, high-achieving girl trapped inside just 94 pounds of body weight at age 16.
I was just so obsessed with food and trying to find ways to avoid it.
After months of saying no to dinner with friends and lying to her parents about eating,
I probably went like 5 days without eating.
Solovka's doctor diagnosed her with anorexia nervosa. She wasn't alone. 30 million Americans suffer from an eating disorder every year. That's 1 out of every 5 women. And according to the National Institute of Mental Health, anorexia is the deadliest of all mental disorders.
My heart was just giving out. My pulse was like barely there towards the end.
Despite this research, Solovka says anorexia isn't thought of as a mental illness in the first place.
It's a very underrated mental disorder that people don't always associate with the bigger ones, such as anxiety and depression.
While the physical symptoms of an eating disorder are most recognizable, the root of the illness is psychological. Patients are fixated on avoiding food, terrified of gaining weight. And when they look in the mirror, the image they see often isn't reality.
I thought I was enormous. I just saw fat all over my body when that wasn't truly what I looked like. That's just how I viewed myself.
It's this skewed mindset that might explain why many of those with eating disorders don't speak out.
I didn't think anything was wrong with me. I never even considered the possibility that I'd had an eating disorder.
Changing this mindset was key to recovery for Solovka and many others.
I was just sobbing in my therapist's office, just saying I can't do this anymore. I just want to get better. I don't want an eating disorder anymore. And that was my epiphany kind of moment.
Unfortunately, most who suffer from an eating disorder never fully recover. While Solovka says she still struggles with occasional body image issues, she's learned to change her mindset.
I have to be no, why am I concerned about that? That doesn't matter to me.
Solovka encourages anyone currently dealing with mental illness to reach out and get the help they need. She manages to see the positive in her pain.
Even though it was so difficult, I wouldn't trade it.
Now, Natalie told me that she doesn't think of herself as inspirational, but I think her story can inspire anyone who might be going through something similar.
No, it's definitely very inspirational. I was very inspired just watching. She has an incredible story, and I'm so happy she's getting
Give
better.
people a lot of hope.
Exactly.
Yep, because I say it's always you need someone always to speak out, and it helps out. So again, if you or a loved one is struggling with an eating disorder, please call the National Eating Disorder Association's helpline at 800-931-2237 or visit nationaleatingdisorders.org. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you.
The treasurer of Akron Fire Union has been accused of stealing $600,000. 40-year-old Joseph Rulin was originally accused of stealing $100,000. Rulin fled south and was picked up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Prosecutors say Rulin will be arraigned on the charges when he arrives in Summit County. And a 44-year-old man was shot in the groin last night during a home invasion. Police say 5 men stormed into a Cleveland home and pointed guns at 3 of the men inside. None of the 2 other men were injured. Police have identified the suspects, but no formal charges have been made. And 2 Akron men broke into a Kenmore home and tied up a 62-year-old woman, according to police. The suspects ransacked the house and took the woman's phone. Police have identified one suspect as Mark Clay, a friend of the woman's son. The woman was unharmed when she called police. For any information on Clay, please call the number below.